Now this, President Trump, he's going after billionaire conservatives, Charles and David Koch, on Twitter. Here we are. Quote, the globalist Koch brothers, who have become a total joke in real Republican circles, are against strong borders and powerful trade. I never sought their support because I don't need their money or bad ideas. They love my tax and regulation cuts, judicial picks and more. I made them richer. Their network is highly overrated. I have beaten them at every turn. Well, how about that? That's from the president. He also called the brothers two nice guys with bad ideas. Marc Lotter is with us, former press secretary for Mike Pence. I wasn't expecting such a full-blown attack on the Koch brothers from the president. Were you?
Well, you know, the president speaks his mind, and this is just one of those many reasons where he said he would stand up to even longtime mega donors and influencers, as in the Koch brothers, when he believes it's the right thing to do. He's going to be his own man. He's going to do the right thing for the American workers and put America first, and that's what we're seeing him do in real life.
I've got a headline from the Wall Street Journal, Mark, and it says, Trump agrees to delay fight over funding until after the midterms. In other words, he's backing down on his threat to shut the government down. I think he's going to pivot, especially tonight in Tampa, pivot to the economy and his success. You agree with that?
From a political standpoint, absolutely. As you just mentioned a few moments ago, consumer confidence is off the charts. We've got record low unemployment numbers, especially among blacks, Hispanics, and it's looking so much better. We need to promote that strong economic message. But make no mistake, immigration is still very top of mind on voters, and the president is also very focused on it. But he realizes that, look, we've got to deal with the economy first. It's the economy, stupid. That's the old campaign slogan. It's true, and immigration will play very strong, but take probably just a little bit of a lesser priority.
Well, is that message on the economy going through the media? Because the media will have none of it. I mean, they're just all over it. I mean, it's not sustainable growth, et cetera, et cetera. It's a giveaway to the rich, one thing or another. Can the president penetrate that media barrage, that wall, essentially, that the media has created?
I do, because I think the American people are seeing through the nonsense that's coming out of the mainstream media. They can feel the economic benefits in their pocketbooks. They feel it at work. They know that there are now more jobs available than there are people who are unemployed. These are the kinds of success stories the president said he was going to deliver. He is delivering that. And so despite what people are hearing, I think they feel differently. And that's why we see those consumer confidence numbers that are so strong. And the more the media tries to tell people that it's not as good as they think, the more they just disenfranchise themselves from the American people, and it just brings people even closer to the president and his agenda.
He's got a big rally tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time. It's in Tampa. He'll have an audience in thousands. I suspect he'll be doing more of these rallies all around the country as November approaches. Marc Lotter, thanks for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.